Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lucky 13th fight of the evening. It will be contested over 3 3-minute rounds in the super lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man represents Aura MMA. It's ZOHAIB AKHTAR! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a submission fighter. He represents the 10th planet Banbury. It's Big Ben Smith! And your referee in charge of the action is Harvey Hall.
So you have ZOHAIB AKHTAR in the black shorts representing his team Aura MMA, taking on Ben Smith, the standout from 10th Planet Banbury. And at 10th Planet Banbury been doing a lot helping Smith prepare for this fight. Gavin Stewart, 10th Planet Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in the corner. But we've also seen AKHTAR fight before, and he is so durable and so powerful.
Very durable. Really odd kind of body shape, really long arms, and great takedown work.
He does stuff like that though, Steve, doesn't he?
Really cartwheeled Ben Smith there. But this might be where the 10th Planet fighter wants it. He can get himself into lockdown positions.
Oh, you might have called that correctly, Steve. Look at that straight away. He is in that lockdown position.
It's so annoying when you're in that position. It hurts.
It's a tough
You feel like you have to move. You can't sit back on your haunches to land punches.
But generally, even with the lockdown, most of the time you still want to fight for the underhook on the same side as the leg that you've caught or trapped between your legs. So the advantage of the lockdown is you can stretch them away, take some of that pressure off, which often allows you to then push the face, get your forearm across the face, drive for that underhook, get to a dominant position, and start trying to pull that left leg through in this case.
He's opened up, yeah, exactly. I thought ZOHAIB might look to that. He was opening up that left side, or that right side of Ben Smith. He can land some punches into the liver, start taking the breadbasket away from Ben Smith.
And then right in the corner of Gavin Stewart, who's Polaris veteran, one of the most highly respected.
Submission of the night, too.
Oh, yeah, highly respected jiu-jitsu instructor and competitor, and he's there giving advice to his fighter, Ben Smith, on what to deal with this position.
This will be interesting because Harvey Hara hasn't been confronted with this issue of possibly having to stand up fighters if it gets a bit stagnant here on the ground.
Yeah, I know Harvey Hara, very experienced MMA referee, started with boxing, kickboxing, changed to refereeing mixed martial arts for the last few years. Highly respected, really good earlier tonight, let some fights go just the perfect amount, I thought.
Gives him a chance to work, and that's what he's doing here on the ground. ZOHAIB AKHTAR. He's got the control right now, but
we don't want to stand fighters up too soon. AKHTAR is doing a great job. He's holding him down. It should be on Smith to get up from this position or be able to do something from this position.
There you go. Just a bit of activity there from ZOHAIB.
That's all he needs to do. He needs to hold him down, stay in this half guard, pepper him with shots. Smith has got to get this lockdown, this 10th Planet system going. He's got to do something from this position.
I wonder how much of it plays in that ZOHAIB is so unassuming looking. He doesn't have like great muscle definition. He's not an opposing looking fighter. But when he gets into these clinch positions, he's just all over you. He's like a wet blanket. And he's great at using the head position, head post, hands under the chin, constantly pressuring and bothering an opponent. Look, as he goes for an arm triangle. He's on the wrong side, unfortunately. But
it's going to be so hard from the lockdown. You just can't get the pressure because Smith can stretch his legs away to take the pressure off. Tries to use it to make space to come out. Oh, he has come out, but beautiful transitions by AKHTAR.
He can end on the back in this first round. Ooh.
The 10th Planet School were taken to school a little bit themselves by some of those transitions by AKHTAR. Very smooth. That was pretty good. Come on.
That was really good.
Thank you.
That was good. But it's all up to them just to. This is a bit of an issue with jiu-jitsu or submission fighting in general. You want to be the man on top.
It's so different competing in like 10th Planet themselves. They put on a fantastic tournament called Zion, which is a submission-only jiu-jitsu tournament. But you can play from the bottom. You can play these open guards. I mean, I think Roger Gracie famously said that 80% of jiu-jitsu doesn't work in MMA. But the 20% you got left, you've got to be damn good at.
Yes, and you've got to be insistent on making that happen. And a lot of that is positional. Yep. It's establishing a position where you can continuously take from your opponent's energy, and they have to fight you the whole time. It's really hard to be working off the bottom because, yes, you've got to push off the ground, but those are all explosive movements. Try deadlifting for a full 3 minutes.
Now, 10th Planet, and not just the jiu-jitsu school, they've got Chris the Me has been helping Ben Smith prepare. What Ben can keep this on his feet, maybe. it will change the course of this fight.
I'd like to see Ben get a little bit of momentum here in the second round, start establishing, but then Zohaib again. Oh!
AKHTAR, a few heavy shots there.
Ben Smith again. Oh, Ben digs a nice underhook there, and he's able to turn Zohaib up and off of him. Zohaib goes up into the... Oh, he's got double underhooks.
Double underhooks was very good. Did a good job of getting that left underhook to Smith. Zohaib dropping for the legs, trying to suck those legs together.
He's opting for the... Yeah, there, exactly. A nice sweet switch to the single there, and now he can look to collect those legs up again.
Yeah, Smith trying to use the cage to get back to his feet. Pressure of AKHTAR. This is what AKHTAR's so good at. It's just, like you said earlier, the heavy wet blanket approach. It's just, he is perfectly positioned, weight down.
And something you noticed, Chris, was the patience in which he has to move. He's not rushing anything. Here he's still got good shoulder pressure. He's happy to accept a half guard because he knows from there he's relatively safe, especially when he has underhook position. And right now Ben Smith kind of clinging onto a guillotine that
Yeah,
is
I'd like to
really
see,
not there.
Yeah, I'd like to see him use it to make space. I mean, I love the lockdown. It's something I play in my own jiu-jitsu game. I try and come underneath. It's just so different when someone's sort of not playing the jiu-jitsu game with you. They're happy just to sit there, or in this case, try and set up an arm triangle. He's going to hold on to that, and then that will make it very difficult for Smith to do anything. And then it sort of frees him up to start working his legs out of that lockdown position. My personal preference is to work down the body to try and undo the legs. I like to get my hands around their hips, try and kick the leg out, or you can use other legs to start freeing it. But I mean,
And right now he's
doing a good job. He's winning the round.
He's winning the round, and he's not really in a deep lockdown here because Ben can't really straighten his legs because he's got his legs up against the fence.
And that's something that's different as well. Normal jiu-jitsu, you hit the wall, you have to you usually move away, get back to open space. These MMA cages, especially this cage, is relatively small. You have to be proficient at working off the cage, using it to stand up, make space.
I do like how Zohaib is punching the underhook and looking to move up the body.
Yeah, and Smith he's on the wrong side of his body, so he's got Zohaib's right leg. He should be turning the other way. He should be digging his own left underhook, and he was just digging a right underhook.
And there he is there, digging that left underhook like you called, Chris.
Yeah, this will give him an opportunity now to escape. He's got to make space and turn onto his right-hand side. See, he's turning to his left again. He needs to turn to his right, make space and turn to his right. He needs to use that left under. He can't give it away that easily.
And he did give it away there, unfortunately. Well, that's an opportunistic moment for Zohaib.
Me and you commentating, Steve, it's one of the most frustrating common positions that we seem to have to deal with. Oh, what's he looking for there? Just stretching him out? Oh, weird. Arm triangle lock. Something 10th planety.
He just ended up with his wrist over top of his head there. He shakes his arm out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks
But again, total positional dominance there from Zohaib AKHTAR. And the aura MMA, as my daughter would say, he's got 10,000 aura. I don't even know what that means. But it means something.
We saw it before from AKHTAR. Like you said, Steve, he's an unassuming looking guy, but what he can do in this cage is phenomenal. His pressure, his relentless approach to this, and cardio as well. You know, he's really been putting a pace on Smith.
You called it at the beginning, durability counts for a lot. If you hit somebody and he's still coming forward, still coming at you, by the time you've cocked it back and you're ready to reload, you might not have. He might be all over you. He's all over your hips, looking for takedowns. He doesn't need to exactly cartwheel you in the double like he did in the first round. In that second round, he was just happy to gather the legs up, go from double to single, and it was very, very well put together.
What Smith needs to do now is avoid half guard. I mean, I think he's figured out he can't deal with it. And it's so different to doing jiu-jitsu in the gym, because in the gym, the guy on the top is going to try to pass, which gives you opportunities to escape. AKHTAR doesn't need to pass his half guard. He can just hold him down, pepper him with shots, and win another round. So Smith's got to, if it ends up on the floor, force the action a little bit more. Maybe try and stay on his feet here.
There you go. Oh, that might be something for Smith. Working the kicks and then the punches one after. And Zohaib says, bring it on.
Yeah,
doesn't mind getting hit.
No selling it. Smith coming forward, looking dangerous.
Again, just from Ben Smith, he's not really doubling up with that jab, unfortunately. And then he gets stung on the way in.
Yeah, AKHTAR's doing a great job of counter fighting. He's coming off at angles, and that's what's really making a difference. He's not just going back.
And then he double pumps the jab there.
Yeah.
And now he's back on the hips here. Watch for the big lift.
Oh, lovely big lift.
Sits him down here. Ties up the legs, Khabib style.
He's just got all... Yeah, I was going to say he's got to watch his neck. He doesn't really have to watch his neck here. It's a great position for him. He's going to bring that leg over as Smith. Try and play some of this 10th plant rubber guard. We'd love to see it. He wants to bring that foot to the other side of AKHTAR's head. So you will probably see him use one of his arms to push the head away, or start trying to isolate for a triangle. Maybe sometimes you can control the far arm. AKHTAR's doing a great job of just staying tight there. And it's the same thing. If AKHTAR was trying to pass, he would be giving space for this rubber guard to work. But AKHTAR doesn't need to pass. He can just drive his head into Smith.
Well, that is always, is the kill-all for that rubber guard, is just to get your head under the chin and just settle your weight down and forward.
Yeah. And it's the same thing. It's the difference between jiu-jitsu and MMA. Jiu-jitsu, you've got to get the pass, you've got to get the points, you've got to get to a position where you can tap them. AKHTAR can just hold him here, pepper him with shots, and win rounds.
Which he has done repeatedly in this fight so far.
Yeah.
He's won. It's not just round winning. It's almost like if you had 10-second blocks of this fight, they all favor AKHTAR so far.
I mean, Smith's had some moments in the striking. It's been trying to set up some.
They're so fleeting, right?
Yeah.
They're here and then they're gone, and AKHTAR always answers back. Here we start getting a bit of motion here from Ben Smith.
Yeah, he's looking to use that active guard, that 10th planet guard.
Trying to stand up now with a minute left. We come into the last 50 seconds of the fight.
This is great for AKHTAR. He wants to hold Smith against the cage. This will make a lot of those positions that he's been drilling, some of the 10th planet positions, very difficult to do.
As he sticks his tongue out, he's like, I've definitely been drilling, Chris. I've been working hard, man. He's just holding me down.
Oh, stand up with 38 seconds to go. Smith, 3 rounds down. Will he throw
Harvey
caution to the win?
He is. He's just going to come in and he's going to throw heavy leather. He's still, look at that. Oh, he goes for that Superman punch. He digs an underhook. But ZOHAIB AKHTAR's back on those hips again.
Telegraphed it a bit.
Big slam. Ben Smith doesn't even dig his hands in, unfortunately, for the guillotine. He's just way out. Again, maybe just something really simple to fix with your technique is just having to dig those underhooks constantly. Always being aware of where the underhooks are. So
he's already celebrating with 6 seconds to go. The ZOHAIB AKHTAR. He's on top. He's winning the 3rd and final round. He's talking to the commentators.
It's a pleasure, ZOHAIB.
What a performance by ZOHAIB AKHTAR, dominating all 3 rounds.
Lots of fight in Ben Smith, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But just a bit skewed in his approach. Let's go to the judges' scorecards.
Just relentless pressure by AKHTAR. Beautiful knee there in the replay by Smith. But AKHTAR would just chase him down, chase him to the cage, rinse and repeat, get to half guard. And there's an argument, it's not always the most exciting, but the goal of this sport is to win fights, and to win fights you have to win rounds. If you take someone down and they're in bottom half guard and you're on top, you don't need to rush. You can be patient. You can do the AKHTAR approach. You can do damage and stay there.
Fighters in the center, please. Fighters in the center.
Northampton, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. We have a unanimous decision. For your winner, in the red corner, it's ZOHAIB